Good morning, scientists. Today we will be using non-standard units to help us measure. And as a scientist, we collect data, we interpret or make sense of that data, and then we report it to others.
What is a non-standard unit of measurement?
A non-standard unit is a unit of measurement that is not typically used.
Usually we're using inches, feet, pounds to measure things, but non-standard units are not typical units. They're things like paper clips or blocks or even pens or note cards. If you're at home, sometimes you could use toothpicks, you could use Post-it notes, you could even use a piece of paper.
Or even a coin, like a penny, a dime, or a quarter.
The important thing when you're using a non-standard unit of measurement is to use the same unit every time to measure an object. What does this mean? Let's demonstrate.
So the non-standard unit of measurement that I'm going to be using is my paper clip. First thing I do is I take my object, and I'm going to take a book.
Oh, I love that book, Mrs. McGuire.
Big neat.
Love it.
And I make sure when I'm using my standard of measurement, I put it at the edge, just like I do when I use a ruler. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the paper clip. Now, if I have more than one paper clip, I can use multiple paper clips.
I think you might have to, Mrs. McGuire, because I don't think that paper clip is going to measure that book properly. Oh, but look, I see what you're doing. You're lining them up nice and evenly. Mrs. McGuire, keep on going. I'm wondering, why are you being so careful to line them up edge to edge? Do you see how I see how you're lining up one edge to the next? Why are you doing that?
I'm doing that so I measure the whole entire thing, and I'm being accurate that I'm going the whole entire width of the book, length of the book.
All right. So I
Oh.
see what you're doing there. Okay, so it looks to me great. And I think one thing that I'm noticing is it's important to keep everything kind of straight as you can. Now let's look. It looks to me, Mrs. McGuire, that you really got from the beginning of the book, whoops, all the way down to the end of the book. Let's count how many units we used. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We used 7 paper clips. Now, what we need to do as scientists is we need to record that information. So what you would say is, you would say, I measured a book, or my book. Yeah, I measured a book.
So the book is the object that I
measured
used.
a book. I used,
With?
or with a paper, or with paper clips. Yeah.
Or paper clips.
Yeah, that's okay. And it's okay because as we do things, we know we always have to revise as we go. With paper clips. My book is, or the book is, it doesn't matter. Remember, we're revising as we go. Is, how many paper clips was that? Uh-oh.
So now as a scientist, I'm going to go back and check my information.
But let's make sure we did it. We got to line them up again and double check. And Mrs. McGuire is absolutely right. Scientists have to double check their work every time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My book is 7 paper clips long. This is so cool, Mrs. McGuire. Can we measure this book using a different non-standard unit?
Absolutely.
Could we try using the postcards or the note cards? Let's try that. Let's see if it's the same. Let's see if we need 7 note cards.
So now I need to decide which way. So I'm actually going to switch it up.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think I was wondering, let's see what happens if our postcards don't line up and what we have to do then.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I love how Mrs. McGuire decided. And look at this. Here and here we did about 2, but look, see how there's a little extra. So, what would you say, Mrs. McGuire? Is this exactly 2 note cards?
I would say no. It's about 2.
About 2 note cards. That's what I would say too. So, I measured a book.
A book
With note
note
cards.
cards.
The book is, I could say about, I could say almost, very close to, something like, I like about, that's a good one. About 2 note cards long. All right, so there you have it, boys and girls. What I think is really interesting is that it was 7 paper clips long, but only, 2 note cards long. So you're going to find as you measure, depending on your unit of measurement, your non-standard unit of measurement, the measurement for the same object may be different. And this is why it's interesting to look at non-standard units, because when we use standard units, the measurements should be all the same. So this is a good way to compare and contrast different non-standard units of measurement. When you're at home, what we want you to do is choose 2 objects. You could choose more, but you're going to choose 2 objects to measure, and you're going to choose 3 different non-standard units to measure those 2 objects with. Anything else, Mrs. McGuire?
That's it.
Okay.
Have fun and being a great non-standard scientist today.
The non-standard measurement science,
Non-standard.
non-standard unit of measurement scientist.
Scientist.
Yeah. One last thing, boys and girls, scientists always record their data. Be sure to look at the choice board for how to record the data. And you're going to say, I measured a something with whatever the unit is. Then you're going to say, my something is however many units long or wide or whatever, just like we did here. I measured a book with note cards. The book is about 2 note cards long. All right, boys and girls,
Have fun.
this is Scientist Cook and
Mrs. McGuire, Scientist McGuire.
signing off. Bye.